What's up, guys? Welcome to my very first video here on 76 Apples. To start off, I will be doing a comparison between the very first generation iPod Touch and the most recent 6th generation iPod Touch. I'll be starting off with the software and then moving on to the hardware. After that, I will be doing them side by side. With that said, let's get started. Okay guys, so I am going to start off here with the very first generation iPod Touch. I'm going to look through the software and then I'll move on to the 6th generation. So this is currently running, I believe, 3.1.3. Yeah, right there. We are currently on iOS 3.1.3. I believe it was called iOS at the time. I don't entirely know. This is only an 8GB version, and there wasn't really much. But then again, at the time, this was a pretty capable device. It's it's connected to Wi-Fi, which is great. It can still connect. So we're going to take a look at some of the things. Calculators, kind of cool that you can actually still use the landscape even though it is pretty old. Nice to have that. As you can tell, the animation's not great, but I'm guessing at the time it was pretty good. I like the dock on this device too. I really just like that design that it has there. Whereas today it looks great, but it's more just a one color based off your wallpaper. So it is a little bit unique in its own way. And so just kind of looking through the device here, and just kind of looking at everything, very, very classic. I kind of miss iOS this way, to be honest. Let me know if you guys miss it. Let's take a look at some of the wallpaper that we had on this device here. Yeah, I really miss this wallpaper. This is the one that obviously is now currently set up right now, and that is slow. Holy cow, guys, did you see that? Dang. Okay, so yeah, it's an 8GB version. See something else here. Weather looks pretty nice. It's I do honestly miss old iOS, but then again, when I go back to look at it, I'm kind of glad that we have what we have. But then again, this was pretty nice and clean, for its time. It's got the search, which is pretty nice. YouTube does not work, I don't believe. I actually have not even tried pulling this up yet. Yeah, so it's gonna basically, that's what's going to pull up. I've seen other videos and they try to click on that, it does not work. So YouTube does not work on this device, even though it has it here. We have Google Maps actually on this device as well, which is pretty nice. Got the calculator, I always showed you guys that. I really like this look. I think in iOS 11 it's going to kind of have a look kind of like this, but the buttons are going to be round. So they are doing a little bit of a throwback, which is pretty nice. So yeah, really other than that, music, it's just not really anything special there, other than just everything on about this device is really, really nice and classic. I really like it, even though it really can't do much. It does have an audio jack, but then again, we're gonna get to the hardware later, and so let's just see what the stocks are like. Surprisingly, it still works in terms of this. We can still look at the stocks even though it's an old device, so it's got it still got used to it, which is nice. So pretty nice device. And yeah, let's move on to the 6th generation iPod Touch. Okay, so this here is the 6th generation iPod Touch. Very, very thin. I really like it, but we're gonna get to the hardware later. Running iOS, I believe this is 10.3. Okay, so we are running iOS 10.3.2 right now. Just nice. This is a pretty capable device. This device is actually 2 years old, and it's running the latest version of iOS. It's actually got the iPhone 6 hardware inside of it, but for an iPod, obviously. Got control center, notification center, nothing there. We have our, widgets area here, and obviously we have that nice, cool 3D background. But that was in iOS 7 when it first came out. But this device is, let's see what the wallpaper we have now. And yeah, we have some decent wallpaper selection here. It's not the greatest. I kind of wish we had the older wallpapers. Still, I don't know why they take them away, but they do. Whoops. And this is I like iOS, the way it is today, but I do kind of miss the older version here. It's honestly, slide to unlock. It is still kind of, it's different. It's press to unlock now, but not bad. And yeah, I mean, there's other than I mean, camera here. So we got we got slow motion on here. The iPod Touch first generation does not even have a camera at all. And so yeah, I mean, there's not really much to show other than just some of the basic stuff. Stocks. Really hasn't changed much other than the look. But yeah, that's the 6th generation iPod Touch, and now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the hardware for the 1st generation. I guess at the time, actually, this device is actually just as thick as a iPhone 5S. It's actually pretty thin. It was actually very, very thin for its size. It still feels very, very sleek, because if you have an iPhone 5S or SE, this device is honestly just a little bit thinner, not by much. It's very, very hard to tell. But we do have the classic, you could say, 30-pin dock connector. We do have a headphone connector. We have the power button at the top, Wi-Fi antenna right here, and very scratched. I did order this off of Amazon, used obviously. 8 GB version, iPod, and all the stuff at the bottom here. It's pretty nice. I really do like it. My very first iPod actually was a 2nd generation, so I'd actually never owned the 1st generation. Now, I do have a question. I know the iPhone is definitely a collector's item now, but do you think the iPod 1st generation, the iPod Touch 1st generation, will ever be as popular as the iPhone 2G is right now? Because if you go on Amazon, you're going to find some of the iPhone 2Gs over like $5,000, sometimes even up towards the $10,000 range. Do you think the iPod 1st generation, the Touch 1st generation, will ever have that in its name? I don't know. I mean, it's not the very first iPod, but it's the very first iPod Touch that really kicked everything off with MP3s. Although MP3 players have existed for quite a while, this is the very first one that really rocked the world, I would have to say. And to be honest, I don't really know much else other than that this iPod is very old, but yet, even though it is not the best condition, it's actually pretty pristine for its age here. It doesn't have an actual speaker. If you guys can actually hear the sound, if it will turn off. It's not really the sound is not, this does not have a speaker, but yet it still makes sounds. I'm not sure how it does that. I'm not sure if it's like some sort of a vibration motor inside of the device. But yeah, it's got a flat back, and yeah, that's the 1st generation. Now we're going to move on to the 6th generation iPod Touch, which has a camera, sticks out a little bit, but we also have a flash, microphone, still got that Wi-Fi antenna up here, Apple logo, iPod, and your FCC logos. It no longer says what the size of the device is in terms of like storage, but other than that, it's pretty nice. It's got that new Retina display. It has Siri as well, and got the Lightning connector, speaker, headphone jack. This one has obviously the volume rockers over here and the power switch at the top. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty thin device, and it's actually the thinnest device I think Apple currently has, other than the iPod Nano. But then again, when it comes to devices that run iOS, this is the thinnest device. I know that probably didn't make any sense there. This is Apple's thinnest device when it comes to running iOS. Okay, so got them side by side here. As you can see, kind of getting them there lined up. It's definitely gotten a lot of improvement. It's not very much thinner, but I'm guessing this is actually considered a big change when it comes to devices like this. As you can tell, they both have charging port, headphone connector. Only one has a speaker. This one has no volume rockers. It does have the power switch at the top. This one obviously does as well. No volume buttons or anything like that. So this one's definitely got more for it. This one obviously has been used. It's seen days. It's been scratched. It's it's naked. But yeah, not too bad. I actually like both devices. This one's definitely much heavier. This one's much lighter, but I feel like this one's a little more durable because, here on this one you can see, it might be hard to tell, but the screen does kind of stick up a little bit, whereas this one, the screen's very flush with the body. I don't think it's bound to break as easily. So kind of wish Apple would kind of go back this direction in terms of durability. And I know that devices, they want to make them look nice and sleek, and have a very premium look and feel to them. But I'm guessing we're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit of some durability just to get that nice look. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comments which device you like the best and what feature of each device you prefer or like the best. And I hope you guys enjoyed this very first video of mine, and it wasn't probably the best. And I will see you guys in a few days or about a week. I might be posting at least once a week on this channel. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really built a schedule yet, but I will be posting as often as I can, hopefully at least once a week. So, but yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit here, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and comment and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.